Sura to my notes, verse 6. It is they who follow the guidance from the Lord, and it is they who shall prosper. Verse 7. Those who have disbelieved it being alike to them, whether you warn them or warn them not, they will not believe. Verse 8. Allah has set a seal on their hearts and their ears, over their eyes is a covering, and for them is a grievous chastisement. 10. They would deceive Allah and those who believe, but they deceive none but themselves. They perceive it not. My bad. In verse 9, and of the people there are some who say we believe in Allah in the last day, while they are not believers at all. Verse 11, in their hearts was a disease, so Allah has increased their disease. And for them is a grievous punishment because they lied. Verse 12, and when it is said to them, create not disorder in the earth, they say, we are only promoters of peace. 13, beware, it is surely they who create disorder, but they do not perceive it. Verse 14, and when it is said to them, believe as other people have believed, they say, shall we believe as the fools have believed? Remember, it is surely they that are fools, but they do not know. 15, and when they meet those who believe, they say, we believe, but when they are alone with their ringleaders, they say, we are certainly with you, we were only mocking. 16, Allah will punish their mockery and will let them continue in their transgression, wandering blindly. 17, these are they who have bartered away guidance for error, but their traffic has brought them no gain, nor are they rightly guided. Verse 18, their case is like the case of a person who kindled a fire, and when it is lit up around them, Allah took away their light and left them in thick darkness. 19, they are deaf, dumb, and blind, so they will not return. 28, who break the covenant of Allah after having established it are cut us under what Allah has bidden to be joined and create disorder in the earth. It is these who are the losers. Going back 26, and I give glad tidings to those who believe and do good works, that for them are gardens beneath which flow streams. Whenever they are given a portion of fruits thereof or therefrom, they will say, this is what was given us before, and gifts mutually resembling shall be brought to them, and they will have therein pure mates, and therein shall abide. 27, Allah disdains not to give illustration as a small knot or even smaller. Those who believe know that this is the truth, while those who disbelieve say, what does Allah mean by such illustrations? Many does he adjudge by it to be an error, and many by it does he guide, and none does he adjudge thereby to be an error except for disobedient. 29, how can you disbelieve in Allah? You were without life, and he gave you life, and then will he cause you to die, then restore you to life, and then to him shall you be made to return. 31, and when thy Lord said to the angels, I am about to place a vicegerent in the earth, they said, wilt thou place therein such as will cause disorder in it and bloodshed? And we glorify thee with thy praise and extol thy holiness. And he answered, I know what you know not. 32, and he taught Adam all the names. Then he put the objects of these names before the angels and said, tell me the names of these if you are right. 35, and remember the time when we said to the angels, submit to Adam, and they all submitted, but Iblis did not. He refused and deemed himself too big, and he was a disbeliever. 39, we said, go forth hence, all of you, And if there comes to you guidance from me, then whoso shall follow my guidance on them shall become no fear, nor shall they grieve. 41, O children of Israel, remember my favors which I bestowed upon you, and fulfill your covenant with me. I will fulfill my covenant with you, and me alone should you respect. 43, and confound not truth with falsehood, nor hide the truth knowingly. 45. Do you enjoin others to do what is good and forget your own selves while you read the book? Will you not then overstand? 46, and seek help with patience and prayer, and this indeed is hard except for the humble in spirit. 48, O children of Israel, remember my favors which I bestowed upon you, and that I exalted you above all peoples of all time. Verse 50, and remember the time when we delivered you from Pharaoh's people, who afflicted you with grievous torment, slaying your sons and sparing your women, and that there were great trials for you from the Lord. 54, and remember when we gave Moses the book and discrimination, that you might be rightly guided. 55, and when Moses said to his people, O my people, you have indeed wronged yourselves by taking the calf for worship. Turn ye therefore to your Maker, and kill your evil desires, that is best for you in the sight of your Maker. Then he turned towards you with compassion. Surely he is oft returning with compassion and merciful. 56, and remember when you said, O Moses, we will not believe until we see Allah face to face. Then the thunderbolt overtook you while you witnessed with your own eyes the consequences of your conduct. 57, then you verse 57, then we raised you up after your death, that you might be grateful. Verse 60, the transgressors changed it for a word other than that which was said to them, who we sent down upon the transgressors a punishment from the heavens, because they were disobedient. 62, remember when you said, O Moses, surely we will not remain content with one kind of food. Pray then to thy Lord for us, that he may bring forth for us out of what the earth grows, of his herbs and of his cucumbers, etc. He said, we would take in exchange that which is worse for that which is better. Go down to some town, and there is for you what you ask. And they were smitten with the abasement and the destitution, and they incurred the wrath of Allah. That was because they rejected the signs of Allah and sought to slay the prophets unjustly. This was because they rebelled and transgressed. 63, surely those who believe, the Jews, the Christians, and Sabians, whichever party from among these are truly believers in Allah in the last day and does good deeds, shall have their reward with their Lord, and no fear shall come upon them, nor shall they grieve. 64, remember the time when we took a covenant from you and raised high above you the mount, saying, hold fast that which we have given you, and bear in mind that what is therein, that you may be saved. 65, then you turn back thereafter, and had it not been for Allah's grace and thy mercy upon you, you have surely have been losers. 66, and surely you have known the end of those among you who transgressed in the matter of the Sabbath. So we have said to them, be you apes, despised. 67, thus we made it an example to those of his time and to those who came after, and a lesson to those who respect the Most High. 76, do you expect that they will believe when a party of them hear the word of Allah, then pervert it after they have overstood it, and they will know the consequences thereof. 77, and when they meet those who believe, they say, we believe, And when they meet one another in the private, they say, do you inform them, the believers, of what Allah has unfolded to you, that they may thereby argue with you before your Lord? Will you then not understand? 82. Whoso does evil is encompassed by his sins, and those who are inmates of the fire, therein shall they abide. 84. Remember the time when we took a covenant from the children of Israel. You shall worship none but the Most High, and be kind to your parents and kindreds and orphans and poor, and speak to men kindly, and observe prayer, and pay zakat. Then you turned away in aversion, except to a few of you. 85, then 86. And remember, we took a covenant from you. You shall not shed each other's blood, nor turn your people out of your homes. Then you confirmed it, and you have been witness to it. 86. Yet you are those who slay one another and turn out a section of your people from their homes, backing up their enemies against them in the sin of transgression. And if they come to you as captives, you ransom them, while their expulsion itself was unlawful for you. Do you then believe in a part of the book and disbelieve in another? What is then the reward of such among you who do so, except disgrace in the present life? In the day of judgment they shall be driven to the most severe chastisement, and surely Allah is not unmindful of what they do. 88. And verily we gave Moses the book, and caused the messengers to follow in his footsteps after him. And to Yahushua, son of Mary, we gave manifest signs, and strengthened him with the spirit of holiness. Will you then, every time a messenger comes to you with that which... So will you then, every time one comes to you, what will you yourselves desire not? Behave arrogantly, and treat some as liars, and slay others. Verse 90. When there came to you a book from Allah, fulfilling that which is with them, and before that they had prayed for victory over the disbelievers, yet when there came to them that which was what they do not. Oh my God, hold on. 90. When came to them a book from Allah, fulfilling that which is with them, and before that they had prayed for the victory over the disbelievers, yet when there came to them that which they knew to be truth, they rejected it. The curse of Allah be upon the disbelievers. 91. Evil is oh wow. Evil is that for which they have sold their souls, that they should disbelieve in that which Allah has revealed, grudging that Allah should send down his grace on whomsoever thy pleases. So they have incurred wrath upon wrath, and there is a humiliating chastisement for disbelievers. 97. And thou shalt surely find them of all the peoples the most covetous of life, even more than those who set up equals with God. Every one of them wishes that he may be granted a life of 1,000 years, but his being granted such a life shall not remove his further. What? I'm sorry, I'm getting blocked, man. It's crazy. But his being granted such a life shall not remove him further away from the punishment, and Allah sees all things. 98. Say, whoever is the enemy to Gabriel, for he it is who has caused it to descend on the hearts and by the commandments of Allah, fulfilling the revelations which preceded, and is a guidance and the glad tidings to those who believe. 101. What? Every time they make a covenant, will a party of them among them throw it aside? Nay, most of them have no faith. 102. And now that there has come to them a messenger from Allah, fulfilling that which is with them, a party of the people who the book was given has thrown the book of Allah behind their backs, as if they have not known it. Then we have to go back to 99. Whoever is an enemy to Allah and his angels, his messengers, and Gabriel, and Michael, then surely Allah is an enemy to such disbelievers. Then we fast forward to 103. And they pursue the course which was pursued by the rebellious men against the kingdom of Suleiman. And Suleiman did not disbelieve, but it was the rebellious ones who disbelieved. They taught people falsehood and deception. And they claimed that they followed that which was revealed to the two angels in Babylon, Harat, and Marat. But these two taught no one anything until they had said, "We are but a trial from Allah. Do not therefore reject what we say." So men learnt from them that by which they had made a distinction between man and wife, but they harmed one another. But they harmed no one thereby, except by the command of the Most High. In contrary, these people, the opponents of the holy prophets, are learning that which will harm them. Will harm them and do them no good. And they have certainly known not. Known them and do them no good, and they have certainly known that he who traffics therein has no share of good in the hereafter, and surely evil is that which has sold their souls, if only they knew. 104. And if they believed and act righteously, better surely would have been their reward from Allah, if only they knew. 105. O ye who believe, say not to the prophets, Reina, but say Zara or Zurna, and hearken unto him, for the disbelievers is a painful punishment. 109. Would you question the messenger? Would you question the messenger sent to you as Moses was questioned before this? And whoever takes disbelief in exchange for belief has undoubtedly gone astray from the right path. 110. Many of the people of the book wish, out of sheer envy from themselves, that after you have believed, they could turn you again into disbelievers after the truth has become manifest to them. But forgive and overlook till Allah brings his decree. Surely Allah has the power to do whatever thy wills. 111. And observe prayer and pay zakat, and whatever good you sin on before yourselves, you shall find with Allah. Surely Allah sees all that you do. Okay. 113. Nay, whoever submits himself completely to Allah, he is a doer of good, and shall have his reward from the Lord. No fear shall come upon them, neither shall they grieve. 114. And the Jews say the Christians stand on nothing, and the Christians say the Jews stand on nothing, while they both read the same book. Even thus says those who had no knowledge, like what they say. But Allah shall judge between them on the day of resurrection concerning whereas is a disagreement. 115. 115. And who is more unjust than those who profess the name of Allah, being glorified in Allah's temples, and strive to ruin them? It was not proper for such men to enter therein except in fear or respect. For them is disgrace in this world, and theirs shall be a great punishment in the next. 117. And they say Allah has taken to himself a son, holy is he. Nay, everything in the heavens and in the earth belong to him. To him are all the obedient. 119. And those who have no knowledge say, why does not Allah speak to us, or signs, so to give us direction? Likewise said those before them what was similar to their saying, their hearts are all alike. We have certainly made the signs plain for the people who firmly believe. 120. We have sent thee with the truth as a bearer of glad tidings and a warner, and thou wilt not be questioned concerning the inmates of hell. 122. They to whom we have given the book follow it as it ought to be followed. It is these who believe therein, and whoso believes not therein, these are they who are losers. 125. And remember when his Lord tested them, Abraham, with certain commandment, remember when the Lord tested Abraham with certain commandments, which he fulfilled. He said, I will make thee a leader of men. Abraham asked, and from what offspring? God said, my covenant does not embrace the transgressors. 126, and remember the time when we made a house of a resort for mankind and a place of security. We said, take ye the stations of Abraham as a place of prayer. And we commanded Abraham and Isaac, saying, purify my house for those who perform the circuit, and for those who remain therein, for the devotion, and for those who bow down and fall prostrate in prayer. 128, and remember the time when Abraham and Ishmael raised the foundation of the house, praying, our Lord, accept this from us, for thou art the all-healing. 132, and when his Lord said to him, submit to me, he said, I already have submitted to the Lord of the worlds. 133, the same day Abraham enjoined upon his sons, and Jacob also, saying, O my sons, truly Allah has chosen this religion for you, so let not death overtake you, except when you are in the state of complete submission. 134, were you present when death came to Jacob, when he said to his sons, what will you worship after me? They answered, we will worship thy God, the God of thy fathers, Abraham and Ishmael, Isaac, the one God, and to him we submit ourselves. 143, the fools among the people say, what has turned them away from the Qibla which they followed? Say, to Allah belongs the east and the west. He guides whom he pleases to the right path. 144, and thus have we made you an exalted nation, that you may be guardians over the people, and messengers of Allah may be a guardian over you. And we did not appoint the Qibla which thou did not follow, or did follow, except that we might know him who follows the messengers of Allah from him who turns upon his heels. This is indeed hard, except for those who Allah has guided. Allah would never let your faith be go in vain. 146, and even if thou should bring a sign. 146, and if thou shouldst bring every sign to those who have been given the book, they would never follow the Qibla, nor wouldst thou follow their Qibla, nor would some of them follow the Qibla of others. And if thou should follow their desires after the knowledge that has been come to thee, then thou shalt surely be of transgressors. 147, those to whom we have given the book recognize it, even as they recognize their sons, but surely of them hide the truth knowingly. Wow. 148, it is the truth from thy Lord, be not therefore of those who doubt. 151, from whoever thou comes, turn thy face toward the sacred mosque, and whatever you be, turn your faces toward it, that thy people may have an argument against you. Have no argument against you, except for those who are unjust. So respect them not, but respect me, that I am perfect in my favors upon you, and that you may be rightly guided. 152, even as we have sent to the messengers from, even as we have sent to you a messenger from among yourselves, who recite our signs to you and purifies you, teaches you the book of in the wisdom, and teaches you that which you knew not. 153, therefore remember me, and I will remember you. Be thankful to me, and do not be ungrateful towards me. 154, O ye who believe, seek help through perseverance and prayer. Surely Allah is with those who patiently preserve. 156, and when we test you with something of fear and hunger, and loss of wealth and light and lives and fruits, but give glad tidings to those who patiently preserve. 160, those who hide what we have sent down of signs and guidance, after we have made it clear for the people in the book, it is these who Allah curses, so curse them, those who have not the right course. 161, but they who repent and amend and openly declare the truth, it is of these whom I have turned I have turned to forgiveness. 162, those who believe and die while they are disbelieving, on them shall be a curse from Allah and His angels and men altogether. 163, they shall remain under it. The punishment shall not be lightened for them, nor shall they be granted respite. 169, O you men, eat what is lawful and good in the earth, and follow not the footsteps of the evil one. Surely he is to you an open enemy. 174, he has made unlawful to you only that which dies of itself, and blood and the flesh of swine, and that on which the name of any other Allah has been invoked, but he is driven by necessity, being neither disobedient nor exceeding the limit. It shall be no sin for him. Surely Allah is most forgiving. 175, those who hide that which Allah has sent down of the book and take in exchange for it a paltry price, they will fill their bellies with nothing but fire. Allah will not speak to them on the day of resurrection, nor will I purify them. 176, it is they who have brought error for guidance and punishment for forgiveness. How great is their endurance of fire. 177, that is because Allah has sent down to them the book with truth, and surely they who disagree concerning the book are gone far from enmity, or far in enmity. 178, it is not righteous that you turn your faces to the east or to the west, but truly righteous is he who believes in the Most High in the last day, and the book and the angels and the prophets, and spend the money out of love on the kindreds, the orphans, the needy and wayfarers, and those who ask charity and ransom, and for the ransom the captives, the ransoming of captives, observe prayer and pay zakat, and those who fulfill the promise when they have made one, and the patient, the poverty, affliction, steadfast in war. It is these who have proved themselves. It is they who are truly God respecting. 179,